Hello. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different from my weekly parenting video. I wanted to share a very personal story about my own mental health struggles as a parent, which has really inspired me to want to support other parents through any time they're parenting really, and this is why I started Emerging Parent. In particular, I want to talk about my struggle with postnatal depression because that was something that really affected me and really made me think how hard it can be for parents to get through. So I got postnatal depression when I was 6 months into being a parent, and I think that was one of the reasons I didn't really realise what was going on. I never did have it diagnosed, but on looking back, I absolutely had it. I had trained as a psychiatrist, I had seen people with postnatal depression, I'd certainly read a lot about postnatal depression, but I, for some reason, always thought that you had to get it when straight away after having a child, a few weeks into being a parent when you had a tiny baby and you were struggling to cope. I didn't realise that people really got it later on at about 6 months. And of course, later when I read about it, I found out that's not so uncommon because actually, at that point in time, children become mobile, it can become harder to look after them. And also, often people assume that, you've done all right, you're a parent, you've sorted yourself out, you've been doing it for 6 months, and they just kind of leave you to it, which is partially what happened to me. I just found myself, it's really difficult to just get on with the days. I got up and I did what I needed to do to look after my daughter, but I didn't really enjoy any of it. I could still do what I needed to, but none of it was enjoyable. And at the time, I just thought, well, this is what parenting is like. It's obviously really hard, and I'm just not cut out for it. And because I was already training as a child psychiatrist, I was really terrified that because I wasn't loving every minute of it, that something was wrong with me and that possibly something would be wrong with her, that this would have an effect on her development or on forming a secure attachment to me. I was really scared that I was getting it horribly, horribly wrong as a parent and that I just should have never done it at all. I felt like I had really failed and I just was continuing to fail every single day. And I also remember at that time thinking that everyone else was having a great time apart from me. And I remember being up at night breastfeeding and seeing that, people on Facebook were posting pictures of how much fun they'd had, either with their families or perhaps on their own in adult time, and just thinking, nothing good's ever going to happen to me. I'm just never going to feel happy again. I really don't think I will ever feel happy again. I'm just going to feel dreadful because that's what parenting life is like. It was really, really difficult time, and because I was still getting up and doing things, I didn't think I could be that depressed. Again, I for some reason imagined that if you had postnatal depression, that you literally couldn't get out of bed, or you couldn't actually look after your child. It had to be really severe. That because I was managing to do the things I needed to do, that I was obviously okay enough. I don't know why I had those ideas looking back. I think it must have just been part of the illness, but at that time they were very real. And unfortunately, people didn't really recognize that it was going on for me. And what's interesting is, despite the training I've had, I didn't recognize it either. So, nobody is excluded from this illness. And gradually it passed, and it was very gradual. I didn't have any support with it. It passed on its own. And by the time my little girl was about 1, I did feel quite a lot better and I was returning to work, and I think that helped me get better as well. And thankfully, it doesn't seem that it's had any effect on her or our relationship. It seems that things have worked out okay, but I remember at the time being so, so scared. So I wanted to share this, and because it is Mental Health Awareness Week, I think it's really important to be honest about what's going on in our lives. And certainly for me, postnatal depression is something I don't want anyone to go through. It happens to dads as well, of course, not just mums. And that's one of the reasons I volunteer for Light, a small charity in Sheffield that supports people with perinatal illness. I just think it's so important to support parents, not just when their children are born, but actually throughout the child's life. So thank you very much for listening. I hope that was helpful to someone perhaps who's had similar difficulties. As parents, please do look after yourselves. Remember that you are really important. And do pop in here. I'll be doing a usual video next week. Thank you.